This is UK Gaming News, and today we will be talking about Eurogamer. In particular, we are preparing for Summer Game Fest this weekend. And this article from Eurogamer and Nightingale highlights about two games that will not be featured at Summer Game Fest this weekend, including Grand Theft Auto 6 and Kingdom Hearts. Let's take a look at the article talking about these particular games, and this was written by Ed Nightingale today, 2024, June 4, 2024. Let's have a read. Summer Game Fest 2024 takes place this weekend, following with Friday being the 2 hour showcase of announcements. Of course, speculation always runs rampant ahead of the show, so what will be shown and not shown. With Jeff Keighley himself tempering expectations in a Twitch live stream. In the stream, Keighley revealed some games that will and will not make the cut or the appearance at Summer Game Fest. He also released a trailer for the show below, though this is simply a quote unquote mood piece that comprises games out of the year rather than being a firm indication of what we'll see. What we'll see. So shown here, this is the trailer for Summer Game Fest. Talking about the games that talking about some of the games that will be out later this year, but not indicating actually the event on Friday. So, what will not be on SGF 2024 this Friday? The first game, obviously, GTA 6, Grand Theft Auto 6. Makes sense. Sorry, no new trailer for the biggest game on the horizon. GTA 6 release window was recently narrowed down to 2025 autumn, so a new trailer is quite a way off. That makes sense. I'm going to talk about my take about the games later because I want to save a segment for that. Hollow Knight Silk Song. Quote, I think it's been a while, according to Keeley. Kingdom Hearts 4, according to Keeley. Keeley said people are expecting this are quote unquote setting themselves up for failure, quote end quote. At least the previous Kingdom Hearts games are arriving to Switch, the Steam this month. And they did announce that recently. So if you are a Kingdom Hearts fan and you have a Steam account and you play on PC, Kingdom Hearts is coming to your PC very soon. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. According to Keeley, he said is allied with Kojima on this one and he has vision to work on it. Said that's another project from Kojima. Beyond Good and Evil 2, your guess is as good as mine, according to Keeley. Ubisoft Forward your only hope, and that's another event that's coming out this month. Ubisoft Forward, and I might be covering Ubisoft Forward as well because of X Defiant. More on that in a little bit. The Wolf Among Us 2 screenshots recently, but don't expect to be featured. The screenshots are nice, but gameplay is what we want. Basically saying. Judas. Nothing on Ken Levin's next, though he's already quote unquote explained the game's narrative Lego. Def Jam, a random one, but don't expect grappling rappers this month, according to Keeley. No music act. This is more of an event thing rather than a game thing. There's more of what you will see at the event, but they said no, no event, no music. That will be saved for the Game Awards later in the year. Instead, this is all about game trailers. This means no Fruit Guy either. So, what games will be at SGF2 this year? According to this article, we have the following: PalWorld, Metaphor, PalWorld. That's the first one. Metaphor Refantanzo, Monster Hunter Wild, Kingdom Come, Deliverance 2, Batman Arkham VR. We also have Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero, Neva, something from Bloomhouse Games. That's another studio. Then we have the Among Us animated TV show. Uh, excuse me, an Among Us animated show, not TV. Apologies there. Zombies and probably spaceships, and a cool announcement for DLC. But is it going to be Elden Ring? We'll see. According to Keeley, he said a lighter year in terms of AAA releases makes sense, but there remains excitement around smaller releases. That makes also sense. The show will mainly consist of already announced games coming later this year or announcements later this year. Still, Keeley is only at 8 out of 10 on the excitement level, which me seems a little mean to even put a number on it. That makes sense. And if you guys are interested to watch SGF, um, Eurogamer will also have coverage for you. I'll try to do the highlights on Friday. So, what is my take on the games that will not be at SGF 2024 this Friday? Let's talk about each one in particular. GTA 6, I think this is very good call that would not be featured because come on, the game is a year out, a year and a half out. Actually, I should say, the game is not expected until fall 2025. We're in summer 2024. So the next trailer may be out November or December of this year, and then the final trailer might be maybe summer of 2025. But that's just me guessing. But this makes sense. This is a good call. Not to feature the GTA 6 trailer for the Summer Game Fest of this year. Next year, maybe. Next year for sure. They have to. The next game is Hollow Knight Silk Song. I heard of Hollow Knight, but I never played it. And I think I'm missing out because I heard that everybody's been playing Hollow Knight like the best game. That makes sense. He said it's going to be a while, according to Keeley. Now, this is the interesting one, and I think it's the most interesting one for a reason. Kingdom Hearts 4. So, I've seen a lot of people expecting Kingdom Hearts 4 to be announced within the next few days. I've seen posts on it on Facebook, I've seen it on Twitter, I've seen it, I'm never calling it X, and I've seen it on my timeline, and I've seen it on YouTube. Jeff Keighley said, and I'm going to reread this. Keeley said people expecting this are, quote, setting themselves for failure, end quote. At least the previous Kingdom Hearts games are arriving on Steam this month. So, we're going to disregard the coming to Steam this month because I want to talk more about the quote unquote setting themselves up for failure portion of what Keeley said. Okay, if you're expect what Jeff Keeley is saying here is setting themselves for failure is talking about you if you're expecting Kingdom Hearts to be announced like a trailer like that within the next few days because of the game event or E3 or representation E3, but E3 Game Awards or Summer Game Fest or IGN Next, whatever you want to call it, some new game event. You're setting yourselves up for failure because it takes a while to make a game, right? Makes sense. But if you're expecting that, like, oh, they just got announced, like, let's say a year ago, we should get a trailer now, 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 now. No. The trailer will come when the trailer comes. Because a good game, needs time to bake in the oven. Okay, good game, bake time in the oven. The oven is warming up. Okay, right now for Kingdom Hearts, because the game was already announced, it's in the oven. Right now, it's in that cooking phase. Okay, it's cooking, but they're not ready for a trailer yet. Okay, that's where Kingdom Hearts is in my mind. They're in the cooking, they're in the baking phase. When it's time to release the trailer, they are baked and they can deliver. Like this, like making a cake. Because right now we're in that phase where it's baking, but it's gonna take a while to bake. Okay, that's where we are. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. I've heard of this game. I heard of Metal Gear Solid. And I know everybody's saying it's the best game because it's Kojima, and he has another project called Physics, um, Bison to work on. So yeah, that's gonna take some time off. Beyond Good and Evil 2, yeah, there's nothing there for us today. You have to wait for Ubisoft Forward if you're gonna go on good Beyond Good and Evil 2. The Wolf Among Us 2 has screenshots. Let's take a look at the screenshots. Let's have a looky. So these are the screenshots for the Wolf Among Us 2. I'm not gonna read the whole article because the the article is about today's talk is about the games at Summer Game Fest, not games both on and on. But I'm not gonna read the article fully. They should tell you this is how the screenshots look like. It reminds me of yeah, quote unquote heads down according to Telltale Games. It reminds me of the Walking Dead series from Telltale. That looks pretty good though. Screenshots yes, trailer no. At least not at Summer Game Fest this year. Judas, um, explain the game's narrative like go. And then Def Jam is a random game. There will be no rappers this year, according to Keeley. And there will be no music act, but the music act is more of an event thing rather than a game thing. Sorry, my camera freezing up as always. But yeah, now let's talk about the games that are going to be there. According to this article, PalWorld makes sense. You want to get ready for the upcoming big boy update, which is going to be the summer update, which is going to be the PvP update. For example, one of the events I heard is the PAL Arena, where you can fight, one, and then they're gonna have PvP raid and stuff. I have a very good feeling though. This might be interesting because if you're thinking about like raids, PvP, Power World, you're turning this into a quote unquote cartoon Rust. So if you're not aware, Rust is a survival game with guns and stuff, and you have to collect resources and all that good stuff. Power World is Rust, but on the cartoony side. So this is why a lot of people talked about Power World and talking about how it's Pokemon with guns because basically it looks like that. That's why they call it Pokemon with gun because literally you're seeing one of them pals holding an AK-47 while one of them is holding a mounted turret. It's Pokemon with guns, and now you're adding PvP, which is the big component. And Power Arena, which is gonna be the one-on-one fight arena. Then you have the base building aspect, where now here's what I'm fearing. I'm fearing that they're gonna start base camping. Now, obviously in Rust, the regular Rust, base camping is totally the thing. You camp at people's bases, you hope they move out, they go out, so they can steal. That's basically how Rust works. And I have a feeling that's going to be the same thing as Power. Now, obviously, you want to make the good base, and you want to make sure you defend it. What's going to happen, though, I think there's going to be more cheaters. They're going to get infinite items, infinite this, infinite that, and all that stuff that you normally hear when it comes to raid games like this. Yeah, so they're gonna have to be very careful when when they officially implement a PvP. As far as the other games and events, Metaphor Refantanzo. I never heard of this game, but looks good. Monster Hunter Rise. Heard of this game, never played it. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I heard of this game, never played it. Batman Arkham VR. If you played our Batman Arkham, I believe it's gonna be the same, but now you're in VR, like with the headset. Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero. If you play Dragon Ball, that is for you. Never, never, never. Okay, this is a good game. This is a cool game. Ooh, this actually looks pretty cool. So if you like cute stuff, this is for you. This actually looks pretty cute. I'm not gonna cap. Something from Bloomhouse Games. So Bloomhouse Games is a studio, game studio. So we do not know what game will be in there, but but according to this particular article, also from Eurogamer, we may have an interesting hint in terms of like what game could be in play. According to just based on the picture, it looks to be like a Five Nights at Freddy's thing. We'll see. It's a horror game that is coming up. We do not know if it's Five Nights at Freddy's, but we do know it's a um game coming from Blumhouse. Next thing they announced is Among Us, an animated TV show. If we take a look at this link to this article, again, I'm not going to read the whole article. Here is the Among Us TV thing. Excuse me, animation thing. Oh, here we go. Never mind. CBS is on it. Interslot and CBS Studio is going to be doing an animated Among Us series, apparently here. So CBS, of course, CBS, and all that good stuff. So we'll see what this comes up to. Now, is it gonna be CBS T Channel 2 here in LA, or is it gonna be like CBS like Paramount Plus subscription? We have to look at Friday for this one. It looks cool. I only played Among Us twice. I know what the game is about. Not being sus. So if you are interested in Among Us, play the game or play the game a lot, CBS and Interslot will be making this for you. Cool, huh? Good. And finally, we have a cool announcement. Zombies play spaceships. A cool announcement for DLC, but they did not know if it's Elden Ring. Elden Ring, I heard, was the best game a few years ago, and I have never played it, and it's too hard. It's too hard for me. There's no way I'm playing it, but they're saying DLC, according to this article. So the question of today: what game are you interested in, or what game do you like that's coming to Summer Game Fest this Friday? And the second question is, what game on the not coming to Summer Game Fest on Friday were you interested in? For me, I'm interested in mostly Grand Theft Auto 6. I played a few GTA 5. I have played it, but I have not done it consistently to where I'm gonna be playing it as a live stream every Monday or so. But I have played it. The other game that could interest me is going to be Kingdom Hearts 4. I played Kingdom Hearts before, and that's actually one of the first games I started with when starting my first YouTube channel. So yeah, I have a little history with KH. The game that I'm interested in how they implemented for the games that will be featured is PalWorld. I really think if PalWorld does PvP correctly, it's gonna be doing good. The thing they need to worry about, however, is cheaters, especially when it comes to the base rating. They have to make sure the cheater cannot do infinite ammo, infinite building supply, all that stuff. You do not want this to be a rust situation where you're going to have a lot of people cheating. And that's the worry about Power World. Yes, they have a lot of people playing, but they're playing because it's more on the side of socializing with their buddies, building base, catching pals. Add the PvP component, and now you're gonna have a little bit of a discourse in a way. I've seen a lot of people saying, "Hey, PvP is good," but then a lot of people are also saying PvP is bad for Power World. I'm more of in the middle when it comes to Power World PvP. The reason being is if you add PvP, and the good thing for PvP is that it forces and enforces competition with the players. And sometimes, like content creators like myself, would use the PvP to our advantage to make events. Like for example, a tournament, a Power World tournament with your community. That's actually a good way to advertise PvP. However, PvP on the bad side of things is when you get to cheaters, infinite ammo glitch, infinite building supply, infinite pow ball, the one that you catch pals with, and all that. It has not happened to me yet, but I have a feeling that if I go back to Power Road and I see cheaters, yeah, not fun. But that's just me. That's just me. Talking about it from my point of view. As far as the other one that I'm interested in is going to be Among Us. That could be fun. That could be interesting. I played Among Us recently on VR chat. Again, looks fun, but not for me. But hey, if you like Among Us, you like Sus, what's the upcoming show from CBS and Interslot. That's all for tonight. For today, if you guys want to catch me live today, we'll be doing afternoon Sulaco in indie game, and then later tonight we're gonna start competition again. We are gonna be doing X Defiant Week 3 Season 0. We'll be on YouTube and Twitch tonight. So yeah, we're gonna be getting started with competition once again. Enjoy, and as always, live life to the fullest. And that is Yuki Gaming News for today. Enjoy. Signing off for now.